For the Symposium 2020 attendees for the National Wildlife Rehabilitators Association Symposium happening in February of 2020. So hopefully this video will just give you a quick orientation to the program, how the flow of the week will go, and a little bit of the local area. Best place to get started here is the symposium website. It's the NWRA Symposium.org. This is where you'll find a lot of information. This is where some of the information about registration and the program. There's travel information here if you still have not made arrangements. There is a lot of information here about hotel rooms. Our current hotel block at the Isla Grande, which is where the program will happen, is actually full, but there are plenty of other area hotels that have accommodation room. There's information here about airport travel, especially about the two local sort of closest airports to the island, and information about how to book services to get to and from the airport if you need that support. Additionally, there's some maps and directions for those driving to the conference on their own. There's an information link here as well to the South Padre Island Visitor and Convention Bureau, which has lots of information about tourist options and things you can do on downtime from the symposium. So the conference meetings and everything will happen at the Isla Grande, and the property is on South Padre Island. So I'll bring you over to a map here. You'll cross a large bridge on your way over. Isla Grande is near to that. There's sort of a busier road here, the main road, and then there is a frontage road in front of the hotel. And you can walk out to the frontage road, and there's a sidewalk here, and there are a number of restaurants and other things. You can also walk out onto the beach and walk over to other hotels and restaurants from the beach side. So there's a couple nice options to get around from the hotel once you're there. There's free parking at the hotel for attendees if you are driving and have a car there. There's a couple of other good restaurants here. You can see the street view. If you go on Google Maps, it'll show you there is the Isla Grande over here, and then you can walk out onto this frontage road along the sidewalk, and there are a couple of good restaurants over here. And then if you continue to walk this way, there are additional restaurants and stores and things like that. So you can walk out, and this is the main drag there. So the frontage road is nice. It has a nice sidewalk. You can walk around a little bit. You can also walk down further this way to other hotels that also have restaurants as well. So there's a lot of great opportunities to get out and about. Thursday evening of the program is a night off so that you can enjoy the local area a little bit more. If you are interested in getting around the island but don't have a car, there is a free trolley service on the island between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. And you'll see here the route map. This map is also on the travel information page right here. It says there's a free shuttle, and the map is here, and that will bring you to this page. And they'll also have when you arrive at registration, we'll have some local area information, and this map will also be available there. So as you can see, you can go up and down the island, and you can get as far as the convention center, which is near the sea turtle rescue, which is where we're going to be having our icebreaker. And then you can get all the way down to this sort of state park side as well. So there's a lot of good options. You can also get over the bridge if you take a couple of transfers with public transportation. So there's lots of options to get out and about on Thursday evening, even if you don't have a car with you. So for the program itself, there's a lot of good information here on the website. There's also a tentative agenda, and this will also be reflected in your Whova app. The app will be available for download shortly here, probably the 12th of February. And we'll be having the same information reflected there. This is actually loaded from the app right now. So you'll see the color coding, and the color coding also corresponds to a map that we have in the program book. So here is your PDF of the program book, and going a little fast right now because I'm going to show you the map first, and then we'll go from there. So this is the map, and it has some color coding here as well. So if you go back to the agenda, you can see that the color coding here, the offsites are in red. This purple says Nautilus, that reflects to the Nautilus room on the map, and you can continue to see from there. This is also a great tool because if there's information about a specific thing you're looking for, you can search by topic or by speaker or keyword. So if I want to see all the sessions that are related to oiled wildlife, you're going to see oil in the abstract. Anything that has the word oil in it, you're going to type it in here, and you're going to get all the information about different sessions or lectures that are related to oiled wildlife. So that's also a great way to search quickly in the program if that's something you're interested in. That's also available on the app as well. So again, this tentative agenda link is here in the NWRA Symposium.org website bar. So if we go back to our program book, you'll see those color codings. Most of the meeting space is on the second floor of the Isla Grande. So there's both elevator and stairs to get you to that level. Also on the second floor is the hotel restaurant. So they're all near each other there on the second floor. So the big ballroom here, the Paradise the Majestic, sometimes this will be one large room like on Wednesday mornings and for the banquet. The rest of the week it'll be split. There'll be just a wall pulled and there's 2 separate rooms that will run programming. The Paradise and Majestic areas is where our recording team, Animal Pro, will be, and they'll be recording sessions in those rooms Wednesday through Friday. The Dallas room will be another lecture room. There's a room here for some exhibitors here, and some exhibitors will be in the hallway, so please make sure you visit the exhibitors. It's always great to get to see what they have available for the year. Here by the foyer area, this is the stairs that come up to the conference second floor area. There's also stairs from the restaurant, if you can imagine that there's like a hallway here. The restaurant would be sort of over here in space, and then there's stairs, and you can walk this way or come up these stairs to access. There's also elevators. So right here is where the NWRA registration tables and sales table will be all together. Our team will be here. Come visit us at least once to register and check in. So you have to check in and get your name badge. Your lanyard and name badge are required to access any of the lecture sections in these rooms, Wednesday through Saturday. Tuesday is a pre-conference day, and some of you may have registered for these pre-conference seminars here. And those we will we'll have a name list at the door. So if you happen to show up and you don't get to the registration hours that we have on Monday evening, which are here, so Monday we're open from 4 to 7, Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then Wednesday through Saturday, longer hours throughout the week. If you can't make it to registration on Tuesday before some of these items happen, that's okay. We'll have name lists at the door. So if you already pre-registered and paid, we will have your name at the door. So the Nautilus room is where the communication seminar will be. So there will be a staff person standing here beginning about 20 minutes before the program starts. So if this one starts at 8:30, there'll be somebody standing here by 8:15 for sure to help direct people and make sure that people are finding the space. The programming will all start on time. So the doors will close at 8:30 and no one will be admitted late. So make sure that you're on time / early to any and all of these programming, especially for things that need a bus, because a bus will absolutely leave on time. We just want to make sure that everybody's getting their full experience that you paid for. So if we have an 8-hour seminar, we want to make sure you're getting 8 hours of hands-on. And if somebody arrives late, then that actually distracts the whole class catching that person up. And we want to make sure that we're courteous to other attendees. Everybody invested in this experience. We want to make sure that we're providing the full experience to everyone. So please be sensitive to the times, the communication seminars. And this room, this is in red, and you'll see here on the map, it says buses depart from the Isla Grande front entrance. So you'll go to the front entrance of the hotel by the lobby desks, by the doors there, and this says that it starts at 7:45, and that means a bus will leave the entrance at 7:45. So you should be there at 7:30. To make sure that we can get you checked in, get all the people on the bus so that the bus can depart on time and so that all the programming can get to its full experience for all attendees and you'll get the full hours. Same thing for the field trip buses. This bus departs at 8 o'clock and so does this one. So make sure that you're there 7:45 at the latest to get onto these buses so that we can get you out to your experiences on time. The zoo trip leaves at 9. You should be there by 8:45 and so on. The one exception is the Tuesday night icebreaker. If you have pre-registered for the icebreaker, there'll be buses running all evening. So the first bus will start to leave at 5:30, and we're going to rotate buses back and forth throughout the evening. So the here's sort of where the Isla Grande is on the map, and the Sea Turtle rescue location is near the conference center up here. And so we're going to run buses from the Isla Grande to get you back and forth. And so the buses will run sort of like a shuttle service back and forth throughout the evening so you can, come to the hotel later and still get on the bus to the icebreaker that night. And same goes for returning. You don't have to stay until 8:30. If you want to leave at 7, there'll be buses there to bring groups of people back and forth. And it's a pretty short drive back and forth. So there'll be pretty short waiting times for buses to go back and forth. But that's the one exception. Everything else is pretty strict on time. You'll see here the exhibit hours. The exhibitors are available Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so make sure you take advantage of their time and visit them while they're there. Wednesday is our full day of programming. So you'll see that Wednesday there's a lot of things that are not marked by color because those things are all in the room together. So everything from 8 until 12:15 is going to be in the what's called the Palm Ballroom, which is the Paradise and Majestic rooms all together. So everything will occur in this space here. And then the rest of the week after lunch there, it goes into concurrent sessions. And so make sure you follow the color coding to get to these different rooms. You'll get oriented quickly after day one, but the first day is usually the most confusing. For these rooms that are a little bit more user-friendly, because you can see the colors on the second floor all are there. This one, the Key Largo room, is on the first floor. So if you go back up to the map, it says that they're near the doors exiting to the pool. So if you walk past the front lobby front desk and past the gift shop, there's a coffee shop and a rental car facility in the hotel that has a desk. If you keep walking all the way past all those things towards the pool, right before you get to the doors that exit towards the pool on the first floor of the hotel, on the right-hand side, there will be a room called the Key Largo room, and that's where some of the programming will happen as well. So all the orange things will happen there. On Wednesday, there aren't any restrictions. There are no hands-on workshops, and so you can attend anything, move between rooms as you need to on Wednesday. If it says workshop lecture, that's something that anybody can attend. The workshop lectures are open to all registered attendees. The following day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there are hands-on workshops, and the workshops can be either off-site at the Coastal Lab, which require bus. So you'll see here 7:15 is the time that the bus will depart the front lobby entrance and bring you to the Coastal Lab, which is where this particular workshop will occur. This other workshop actually happens at the hotel in the Key Largo room, and this one will start a little bit later at 7:30. You want to make sure you're there at the door before this time starts, even if it's an on-site workshop, because again, we will start on time. You can tell if it's limited attendance, and if you're unsure, you can just look. We make sure to write everything on here. Limited enrollment. So you must attend the lecture in order to fulfill the criteria to be in the lecture, but you also have to have pre-registered for this. So if you're worried about whether or not something is available to you, if it doesn't say limited enrollment, then you're welcome to attend throughout the week as long as you're a registered attendee. So you'll see throughout the week there's a number of different room changes. Most of these larger rooms stay the same, the Nautilus, the Paradise, the Majestic. It's the workshop rooms that tend to rotate throughout the week. So just be mindful of where you need to be for your scheduled program. The program book is a great resource in addition to the map and the grid. There's information about how to download the app for the attendees. We'll send you a separate email with the download instructions, but this is also available in the program book. If you don't download the app, you can access information that we send to attendees, like alerts and other information, through an email system. So you'll still get an email in addition to the alert on the app in case you don't have the capability to download that. There's information from our professional recording group, information about waiting lists and what you need to be, where you need to be, what you need to have available in order to get into a room that may have a waiting list. Information about our organization, information about the committee, all the people who worked very, very hard to put this conference together. Information from our host group, the Gladys Porter Zoo. They've been an excellent host this year, and make sure that you reach out to them and ask them any questions that you have about their facility. They will be available all week long. Here's information about our host. The zoo, the Sea Turtle, and the Coastal Lab all worked together to provide a lot of resources for the conference. And then information about exhibitors, sponsors, which are a huge part of making this possible and keeping the cost for attendance low. And all of our sponsors are very, very important to us. So if you see somebody who has sponsored something, feel free to reach out and say thank you and let them know that we appreciate their support. Announcements about scholarships and awards, and then abstracts and other information about evening events. So make sure that you take a look at the program book. It's long. There's lots of information there. Take the opportunity to look through it. There's also information in the Whova app as well. Some of it's doubled up in both places. Just make sure that you find a way to access that information. So again, if you go to the NWRA Symposium.org site, there's lots of good travel information, and the agenda is on there as well, information about exhibitors, other things like that. There are lots of great resources available to you. The app will be available here in a couple of days, and the program book is also included in the email that you access this video from. So make sure that you are following up. If you have questions, come visit us at the registration tables. I will be available starting Monday, and we look forward to seeing you and hosting you for the week, and we appreciate you coming and spending that time with us and investing in yourself.